Hello, today we are going to talk about the Western versus Eastern culture. Today you are accompanied by Paula Malaver,
Hello.
Sara Caro,
Hello.
Oscar Kulma,
Hello.
and who's speaking, John Ramirez. Let's start. So, what are the most important social characteristics?
Is a culture traditional, communalist, dependent, conservative, and they have authoritarian and hierarchical leadership. Two, the people are conservative because they don't talk about taboo topics.
They are little introverts and they care more about their reputation. That's why they don't show their emotions in front of others people and they prefer to live so as not to harm interpersonal relationships. Additionally, the citizens are interdependent with the family.
Okay, in Western countries, people in this part of the world usually are more mind open and have a flexible way to behave. Besides, they have developed the ability to think and act just by themselves with no need of someone else's approval.
Totally, Oscar. Now, what if we talk about what are the most important traditions?
In the Eastern culture, the marriages are decided by parents and elders to unite important families and by their interests. Also, the culture is based on the month calendar. On the other hand, the food is healthy. They eat a lot of fish and rice and use sauces. They eat sitting on the ground around a table. In addition, they practice karate, judo, wushu, and meditation. Finally, the literature is about spiritual growth, human transcendence, and manga.
Yeah, in Western, on the other hand, people are more flexible on punctuality. A short delay is accepted with no problem. For example, also people are affectionate and expressive, more physical. What do you feel are the principal difference?
The Orientals consider that their life is based on their collective ethics. They live in strict hierarchies that dictate their personal and community decisions. They are based on the application of honor, especially towards their families. It could be said that it's a dependent culture, in the sense that it's act collaboratively.
Okay, in Western countries, there is a generalized point of view related to being independent. Also, people are recognized to have an individualistic culture. Even though there is a collective way to work in different areas, people usually prefer to work just by themselves. And often you can see a lack of strength of working with others in order to attain common objectives.
How did they conceive religion and spirituality?
In the Eastern culture, have any religions like Islam, Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, Shaivism, and Taoism. The people have a bond with nature and his gods. Besides, this culture respect their beliefs and they are voted to their religion, polytheistic.
Western religions are more flexible on many issues over the people practice. I've noticed that Western religions have less temples day by day than Eastern. In fact, some of them are now galleries or museums. Now, move on to the woman's role. So, how do you perceive it before and now?
In the social woman was not very good. that social structures based on her run mostly be men would work be entering to one woman's lives. The difference that may exist between both cultures in the past is that in a certain way the family structures was a little different.
Okay, in Western culture, in the past century, was kind of hard for women in this society. They have been put aside because they didn't have enough to give to the society. Therefore, they have been treated less important than men. Nevertheless, some of them thought it could change. They thought they could have more recognition for what they were capable of doing. So they started to defeat differences. Even though Western society is male chauvinist, women have created their own path and carry on showing how valuable they are.
Totally. We can be in agree that every culture has pros and has cons, right? So, what do you consider are the most important values and failures?
The ethic is based on prestige of the person. If something brings honor is good, but if something brings shame is bad. On the other hand, it's hard to have a friendship between a man and a woman because the man can see her face, because it is disrespectful. Also, the people consider it is aren't good to have high self-esteem. The people are very conservative and occasional violation personal their liberty, especially the woman, because they must satisfy the stereotypes and demands of her culture and family.
In Western, I think the access to entertainment and progress is easier. Thus, people have much more possibilities to choose a professional career as well as liberty. I think Western society cares much more about the individual development and health. So, what do you consider are the most important contributions to humanity?
The S, for its part, has contributed a lot philosophically. Its traditions contain many teachings and ways of seeing the world. Its rapid technological advance is also notorious. It has also left many contributions to literature, art, science that are used today globally.
Okay, so in Western countries, well, this civilization has been relevant in the fields of science and also in the field of technology. They have innovated creating devices such as computer, telephone, cell phone, and so many other devices that we nowadays can use in our daily life. Since they have been able to develop these kind of devices, they have made path for creating more things in the universities. And this is also a thing that is very important for this culture because the education here in the Western countries is so high qualified. Besides, the Industrial Revolution allowed us to know about new technology, for example, system machines, which have improved factories all over the world and not only the companies and the factories in Western, but also the companies that have been working in the east part of the planet. And that's it.
True. As we see, this is just like the top of the iceberg, right? So it's been such a great debate. Thanks for your opinions. Goodbye and thanks for your attention. Blessings.